Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is so great to have you guys. Welcome to all of my brand new subscribers. We are happy to have you. And for today's video, what I'm going to be going over is something super important for every bearded dragon owner to know, and it is about supplements. Needed bearded dragon supplements. So let's get to it. The first thing that you need to know is that there are many different types of bearded dragon supplements out there, and there is such thing as overdoing it. So you don't want to give too much of one thing. So the supplements that I recommend to use is the first thing you need is calcium powder, and this is what I use. And the website that I buy all of my supplements from is right here. This is not a sponsored video. This is just a place that I have bought all of my bearded dragon supplements. They are great, they work beyond amazing, and I highly recommend them. Now, the thing about this calcium powder compared to this one that you might know and see a lot is that this one is an ultra fine powder. It is not grainy like this one is and many other calciums that you find in a store. This one you have to buy online. And since it is that ultra fine powder, it really sticks onto those crickets and dubias and bugs, and you know that they're really getting it instead of all of that grainy stuff sitting at the bottom of the bin whenever you're shaking them up, whatever shake cup you use. And the one that I have right here does have D3 in it. So this is the one that I keep with D3 in it, and it tells you how many times to use it per day on here. Okay, so in this one it says dust live insects feeders only once daily. So when you're using this, because it gives you so much calcium at once and it is that ultra fine powder meant to stick to those bugs, you do only want to give it once daily. The first thing that you need to know is that there are many different types of bearded dragon supplements out there, and there is such thing as overdoing it. So you don't want to give too much of one thing. To give you a better example, you need D3 in the calcium that you give your bearded dragons. However, for the other supplements, they also provide D3, but there is such thing as buying them without D3, so you don't want to overdo it. If you're giving your bearded dragon two different types of supplements daily or different amounts per week, you don't want to overdo that one thing or many other different things. The next thing we're going to look at is called multivitamins right here, and it's from the same website. This one has no D3 in it because remember, we don't want to overdo that. And it comes with bee pollen, which is another supplement that I really love. Blend of organic green superfoods for a natural source of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and more. Exposure to sunlight or quality UVB is the only way that this is going to help the metabolism. So basically what that means is you need to make sure that your dragon is basking properly and using the UVB and getting all of that in. Otherwise, this isn't going to metabolize properly. So with the multivitamins, you only want to do this 2 to 3 times max per week on their live insects. Only dust the live insects, and it gives you all the instructions right there, which I've been following and it's worked for me. So if you have a juvenile, I would go 3 times a week. So if you're feeding an adult bearded dragon 3 to 4 times a week, I would just do this twice for them and dust their live feeders. And if it's on a day that you have this, they're perfectly fine together. It's not going to hurt anything, especially since they're not overdoing anything with D3, without D3. So we're not overdoing anything, so it won't be an issue to mix these. If you do get one that does have D3 in it, with this one, don't mix them. You don't want to overdo that stuff because you can actually end up making your beardy sick if you mix too many things. So the next beardy supplement that is needed is called Probiotic Powder. This one, you can buy them in little things like this. I just honestly wanted the refillable bag for other things. So I bought it in this one this time, and then I'll just go ahead and get these later. But they sell them in many different sizes and quantities on that website. But this probiotic powder is super important. So what this probiotic powder does basically is it helps your bearded dragon's immune system stay strong, and it helps their internal digestion and, you know, organs stay healthy and make everything flow properly. So with this probiotic powder, what you want to do is you can dust it on your greens. This is a great one to put on your greens. I put it on my greens. I don't ever put this one on my live bugs because I already have the other stuff to put on my live bugs every so often, so I don't want to overdo it with that. So I just put this on my greens 2 to 3 times per week, and it's also really good if you have a bearded dragon that you're trying to rehabilitate, or if you just have a bearded dragon that's like super bloated and they can't have, for whatever reason, they can't have solid foods and you need to create slurries. This is something that you can put in a slurry and it's perfectly fine for that. But remember, you only want to use 2 to 3 times per week as needed. If you're putting it in your greens, you just give it that coating, so you make sure you see it a little bit, so you have like that kind of like white dusty sheen on it, but it's not like so dusty that your bearded dragon is going to have a hard time getting it down. You know, you want it to be a little moisturized. Don't do that to your beauty. Let's not be mean. And then the last supplement that I highly recommend and use religiously is bee pollen. This is nice. Now, you can buy this in many different ways. A lot of people buy it in the flakes, and those your bearded dragon can just eat from your hand. You don't want to give too much of it though, is the thing, which is why I don't like seeing people just feed bee pollen to their bearded dragon, because there is such thing as too much. However, they love this, and the thing about bee pollen is it is also great for humans. So if you wanted to use this for yourself and put it in a salad, or put it in, mix it and blend it into some of your smoothies, it is great for that. It doesn't taste bad. It's a little chalky, but yeah, it has everything that humans need on a daily basis in there. And for bearded dragons, it is great if you are trying to bring up a malnourished beardy and you need to give them all of these vitamins and stuff. It is great for that. However, with this, you don't overdo it. This right here is the powder. It is not the flakes, it's the powder. So with this one, it says reptile dosage 1 to 2 scoops daily. So scoops. It is I don't have a little mini scoop with me. So with the bee pollen, what you want to do with this one is you want to either add it into slurries for bearded dragons, or you want to add it into their greens. So if you're putting it in a bowl of greens, I would say like 1 scoop is fine. Alright, you guys, that's all I have for you. If you haven't already joined my reptile Facebook group, go ahead and do that. It is Lizard Guru Reptile Lovers Group on Facebook. Here's the little name. I hope you had fun learning with me. I had fun spending time with you guys, and from my family to yours, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Mwah!